Here's something most people don't realize about EO sterilization. We don't validate the cycle by designing it to kill the microorganisms that exist on your device. We design it to kill far more on purpose. It's called the overkill method. Under ISO 11135, the overkill or half cycle method is the workhorse for ethylene oxide. And let's kill a misconception while we're here. We do not ignore your product's bioburden. We measure it. We have to, because the whole method rests on one relationship. The challenge we throw at the cycle has to be harder to kill than anything actually living on your device. So we measure your real bioburden, and we confirm it sits well below our challenge, a biological indicator carrying at least 1 million highly resistant spores, and often more, 1.5 million to 3 million is common. More organisms and tougher ones than your device will ever see. The trick is right there in the name. We run the cycle at half the gas exposure time of your real production cycle, and we put those indicators where the gas has the hardest time reaching. Not just the hardest spot to get your hand into, the hardest spot for the gas, deep inside the device, in its most shielded cavity. And then we set those devices in the hardest to sterilize locations in the chamber itself. Worst case, inside, worst case. If every one of those million spore indicators comes back with 0 growth, complete kill, we've demonstrated at least a 6 log reduction at half the dose. Now the full cycle. Your production cycle runs twice that exposure. The half cycle already wiped out a 1 million spore challenge. So across the full cycle, you're looking at least a 12 log reduction from 1 million organisms, 10 to the 6th, down to a 1 in a million chance of a single survivor, 10 to the -6. That 12 log span, 1 million to 1 challenge driven to a 1 in a million survivor is where overkill comes from. But let's be precise about what we're certifying. The sterility assurance level we deliver is exactly what the standard requires, 10 to the -6. We're not doubling the standard. We're proving we hit that same 1 in a million bar even when the thing we're trying to kill is far larger and far tougher than your real product. That's the margin. And validation isn't one good run. It's built in layers. First, installation and operational qualification, IQ and OQ, confirm the equipment itself is installed right and runs right. Those are separate from the next step. Then performance qualification, PQ, and that is the validation in essence. It has 2 halves, the physical side, proving the cycle actually hits its parameters run after run, and the microbiological side, 3 consecutive half cycles, every single indicator dead. Pass the equipment checks, pass both halves of PQ, and you've shown the process is lethal and repeatable. And here's the elegance. We never have to guess. We've measured your real bioburden. We've characterized how resistant it is, and we've challenged the cycle with a population far larger and far tougher than that, and beaten it. Conservative, robust, repeatable. That's why overkill is the default for most devices. Whether overkill is right for your device is a conversation worth having early. And remember, sterilization is just one piece. Boulder sterilization is part of the Boulder Biomed family, the single source solution that takes a device from design and development through in-house manufacturing, biological and distribution testing, sterilization, and full quality and regulatory, the whole product journey, under one roof. So start at bouldersterilization.com.